Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm thinking of why not reacting to this video. Like, this is a video that, you know, made by Connor Dog, who who is addressing the Ironmouse situation, of course. If you don't know, Ironmouse is a VTuber, not an AI, not a, fictional anime character, so to speak. She's actually a real person in real life. So yeah, there's that to take a note of, and he definitely he has a connection to her, so to speak, and wants to, and he basically informs you know this situation in this video. Now there will be some relatable things in here that I will also be discussing from my point of view and from my experience as well, at least some of it, you know. And so we'll go into that as well. So without further ado, let's check out the video.
This video is going to be a long-winded rant, and if you like that, welcome. Come join the angry British man. And if not, don't worry, my normal videos will resume after this one. I just had to talk about this. I feel like
This is an interesting thing to say. Maybe I should do that. No, I don't think so.
online lately, it has been a miserable experience for any of us to be online, and I actively feel that my mental health gets drained slowly using any online platform, especially my personal case, Twitter. I think Twitter allowing people to make money from ads is probably one of the worst changes to any platform in history. Sure, I get $20 here and there for tweeting a funny picture of my giant monkey behind me, but there are those who use it to spread misinformation, lies, just make stuff up, spew absolute vile hatred stuff. It's pretty horrible experience to use it now, as Twitter seems to feel like it only wants outragement bait or tweets that'll make people angry. And if you're not seeing that, you're seeing somebody get killed. So it's really just a miserable experience overall. And don't get me started on TikTok and Instagram, which are famous for their brutal comments. And I wouldn't really even use the word brutal because I think
He does have a good point. Let's just be honest. He does have a good point. The internet isn't at all great. In fact, it's not good. Is it the worst thing? Probably not. But it's definitely not good. Okay, there are benefits from the internet, and there's you know uh there are upsides and downsides. Essentially, it's the same thing with just life in general. There are upsides and downsides. You know,
brutal can sometimes mean there's a bit of honesty and fun there, but I would say it's just cruel. Like, just being online right now is cruel. It feels like nobody has any respect for each other. But I don't think...
True. Like, this is very true because I've I know exactly what he's talking about. I'll probably get into that more later on. But what he's saying is true. It's very true.
think I've quite lost as much faith in the internet as I have until now. But look, I'll be honest. This video is about one thing. It's about the weird blanket hatred towards VTubers. I've seen a massive, massive hate train against Ironmouse, which I don't understand.
Yeah. Like, why? Why? You have no reason. You have no reason. You're only to to satisfy your own like misbehaviors. Basically, you're only making things worse for you essentially by doing so. Because the point, like, sure, she's a VTuber. Sure, there are a lot of VTubers. But to be honest, I think that's a cool thing. They're just people who don't want to present themselves that the way they would normally do in front of like friends or family, right? And so they present this persona to sort of in a video to sort of video or stream whatever that might look, whatever media that might be, and you know be able to express themselves that way, because there are many ways to express yourself with, whether if it's art, acting, role playing, being chaotic like myself, okay. And then, I mean, I'm not talking about chaotic in the sense of, oh, let's blow shit up. No, 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 no. We're talking about family friendly chaos. And what I mean by that is, just jokes, giggles, um, little like, we're talking about the fun kind, not the bad kind, okay? We're not thinking about destruction, taking over the fucking world or anything like that, starting a revolution. No, 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 no. That's just cruel. But yeah, like, and for Ironmouse as well, like, I don't like she has some mental illnesses, or like in general, like she has some, you know, at least as it is explained in the video further on, which we'll get more into. But yeah.
And I know that you guys aren't the ones doing this. You guys watching this video are very normal and well-adjusted people, and I appreciate that. But there are a lot of people online that seem to just have fun ruining other people's lives.
That's true. There are people that do end up calling me or saying things like, I don't know shit, or that or that uh or that I'm stupid, like straight up stupid, that I just don't know what I'm talking about, that I don't know how the world works or anything like that, right? And in the end, I tend to prove them wrong. If you're one of those people, well, you'll know it.
I don't understand it. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I bringing all of this up? Well, don't worry, it'll all make sense. Just get along for the ride and listen to the weird British man rant at you. You see, in 2024, Ironmouse broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. It was a massive achievement. It was, I'm sure, an amazing and an inspiring moment for...
Like, personally, I haven't experienced it. Not that kind. I have experienced being famous, though. For a very short time, but that's a whole nother story on its own. But like, yeah, I do know how it feels, and it's an like it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Let's just say that it's a good feeling. Sure, you will get some haters and stuff, but like, who really cares at the end, right? You did something. You did something that no one else would have thought you actually would have done, right? And so that's the achievement. The achievement is basically reaching a goal that you never thought what was possible, really. That's the true achievement, essentially.
For all of us, as well as Mouse. Unfortunately, probably what you didn't see was the deluge of vile comments, disturbing threats, and just overall hatred towards Mouse. And I'd love to tell you that this all started here and it's pretty much gone with now, but sadly this is a thing that has been going on for a very, very long time. And this is not just for Mouse. VTubers in general have had to deal with a lot of shit just for being an anime girl or boy on the internet. So,
well, this is not just for VTubers in general, but like mostly it is VTubers because, in like, people see them as fake people, basically fake people. So yeah, that is just, you know, and like personally, I haven't been in that kind of, hate train, but like I've still been in, like, there's been a hate, like there has been haters against me, that's for sure. Whether it's just pure jealousy because of what I can do, or my personality, or whatever it is, right? Everyone at least have some kind of haters, right? But VTubers do suffer this the most, at least, in terms of content creators. So that is something to take in consideration. And hatred, like in general, hatred just makes more hate, it just creates more hatred, which in the end creates conflict, which in the end creates war. And it will just be a cycle until that breaks, until someone steps in and says, no, stop with this hatred. We don't need it. What we need is to come together, you know, and basically communicate and be, you know, be in a community where everyone is, accepts one another for who they are. And sadly, we don't see much of it these days. I mean, sure, it wasn't that big back in the day, but it was definitely bigger than nowadays.
Let's go back in time a little bit so that we can better understand the full scope of this mess. Yes, you got me. This is a video about me defending my friend. 100%. I'm not even trying to hide that. But I also just want to bring a tiny bit of attention to the level of normalized.
Understandable. Absolutely understandable. If it was me, I would definitely do it without hesitation.
Hate that is just for some reason acceptable, and hopefully that, maybe this video can make a tiny bit of a change, because what some of these creators have to endure is on a level that I've never seen before on the internet, and I've been here for a very long time. 4 years ago, VTubers had a massive explosion in popularity here in the West. Now obviously they've been around in Japan for a while, because this is very Japanese code.
In the West, I'm in Europe, so to speak. So it's but same, it blew up.
But, 4 years ago, they blew up and people started getting into them. However, there was a lot of pushback from people like me included who were kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is. But I like it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see. And I'm sure any VTuber who is around.
Yeah. I can see why people think it that way. For me, I just thought it was, for me, it wasn't much of a big of a deal. It was actually a really cool thing, and the fact that you can do that is just really cool.
Around in this era could tell you the amount.
And yes, if you're thinking I'm open-minded, then yes, you're absolutely right. I am open-minded. Thing is cool. VTubing is actually really cool. I might maybe do a video in the future with me having a VTuber character just for the fun of it. Or maybe more, who knows? Maybe I'll just make a channel with VTubing. That would be that honestly that would be that would be something that would be interesting actually.
Of hatred that was given out towards VTubers.
Although that might be in the future.
Like, why are you using a voice changer? Are you a man? Are you an AI, perhaps? Pretty uninspired, insulting comments. And during this.
Yeah. This is like, how would I explain this? This is the kind of thing that a dumb person would say. I know I may be insulting some people, and I'm sorry for that, but it's true. Sorry. Sorry. It is like the thing is saying these things, saying that oh, if you're just an AI or you're fake because they're using a voice changer, why, then then you're not you're no better than yourself. You would probably use a voice changer if you wanted to. You would probably go into VTubing if you wanted to. Like there's no here's the thing, there's no exception there. There's no exception. And when you say those things, it comes to bite your ass.
Boom is when a lot
Quite
of people
literally, by the way.
found Ironmouse as well. Now, Ironmouse had actually been streaming a long time before this as well, but it wasn't until this moment where a lot of VTubers were on Twitch and kind of getting great viewership. Now, obviously, VTubers choose to be represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons, but for Mouse, it was for anonymity, which is why most VTubers do it. And now, look, I cannot talk for Mouse. Mouse is her own person, but Mouse has been sick for a very, very long time with a multitude of illnesses, but the main one.
Yeah, that is true.
On being primary immune deficiency. Primary immune deficiency is slightly different.
So it's not mental illness, it's immune deficiency. But yeah, she has a lot of illnesses and she needs that's the reason why VTubing instead of showing her face and actually, because that's the best way she can, properly express herself. And absolutely fine with me. If you here's the thing. If you want to do this, if you want to make content, but you don't want to show yourself, just be a VTuber. That is the whole point of VTubing is that you can make content without presenting yourself the most normal way. Without presenting, how do you say, without presenting your true form, so to speak. Your true, how do you say, maybe not your true spirit, but um how you look like, right?
Different to autoimmune diseases that you might have heard about. Autoimmune diseases are where your immune system kind of attacks itself, whereas primary immune deficiency means that your immune system just doesn't work or doesn't work very well. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers are familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that want to find cures and support people with primary immune. I never get it right. Primary immune deficiencies. I mess it up all the time. When you have a really bad case of primary immune deficiency, it means that stuff like vaccines don't work on you. It means that you're worried about getting sick constantly from everything. Whereas maybe you and I could eat a bunch of dirt, maybe going even near dirt or someone who's slightly ill 20 feet away could easily get you sick or give you a bad case of pneumonia. This disease means that Mouse pretty much can't interact with anyone and can't leave her room. And even if she wanted to, Mouse was disabled for a very long time and has slowly started to regain the ability to walk thanks to being able to finally support premium healthcare. Yay! Love America! So this meant the only human contact the Mouse got was pretty much talking to her parents or very close family who she was kind of already adjusted to, and family who understood about the disease and took precautions. And look, I know this is a lot of information, but what I'm
very understandable. Honestly. I do relate to the fact that, being hated because you're not normal. Basically, I'm not normal by many people's standards. Do I care? No. In fact, I love being not normal. And the fact is, no one is normal. Everyone's weird. That is just a fact. If I'm weird for being chaotic, then you're weird for being normal. being the most normal person you can be, right? So, you know, or be law abiding, or you know that like it's there's no exception for being weird. Everyone's weird.
I'm trying to get at is that you can only imagine how crushingly lonely this must be. Imagine not being able to leave your room. Yes, we were all there during COVID, but we at least knew that it was probably going to end at some point. And I'm sure many.
That is true. That is very true. I remember. I remember the COVID era. Although I wasn't in school, it was still it, it was still a bad era in general.
Of you knew, me included, that this was awful for our mental health. Not being able to see the people that you care about or interact with friends or just have.
However, I was lucky to not get COVID during then, and that is something that I'm just gonna say. You know, I probably have really good immunity system. Probably, like I'm not entirely sure how my immune system relates to COVID-19. All I can say is that I was lucky to not be affected by COVID-19.
A
And in fact, I believe most of my family didn't get COVID. I might be wrong about that, but
casual interaction with a cashier person is interactions that I'm sure all of us missed. And it was thanks to VTuber technology getting so much better and more accessible that Mouse was able to stream like me or like you or like any other big streamer. It was a level playing field. And on top of that, if you are a more artistic,
like exactly, you know. I think okay, to be honest, let's be completely honest. I'm pretty sure that me and Ironmouse would probably get along as friends. Like, I think that could be literally the case, you know?
artistically inclined person, you could show off your artistic skills by, I don't know, costume design or singing or lore or voice acting. There's so many more facets to it than me raging at Jump King. It's talent, okay? I'm one of the best clips.
He does have a point. He does have a point. Sure, I know how to, sure, I have skills. Do I present all of them in the video? Maybe not. I mean, I do sing every now and then in the video, which I'm pretty sure you probably noticed. If not, then hey, that's well, that just means you missed it. But other than that, I think yeah, there's that. You've probably I think everyone has seen my editing skills for sure. Um, Probably my creativity as well. Especially when it comes towards the Minecraft mod packs, or maybe some of the videos. I think because yeah,
of Mouse's early career is that when she's trying to raise money to get a new medical bed. Basically, normal beds, not good. They don't offer you support. They don't allow you to, go, lie upright. Basically, a lot more support. She asked her viewers if they'd be willing to donate towards that, and within minutes, they'd smash that goal.
I don't like to call my bed my bed. I don't like calling it my bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel not so good. So I like to call my bed my workspace because that's where I am all the time. Foxy, so
no, understandable. Honestly, understandable.
much of the pedaling. God damn it! Val, what are you doing? Val, thank you so much for the dono. Thank you.
And I think a lot of people forget that Mouse didn't used to stream long. Mouse used to only stream for like an hour or two at a time, and then would go offline to take medication. But now feels comfortable enough to take the medication and still keep streaming, which I think is an amazing thing and something that the outpouring support has allowed her to do. And obviously VTubers do more than just talk and play crappy games like me. Some of them have god-tier singing skills. We all know that Mouse
That's true. I've at least heard one of the like covers that Iron Mouse actually made that was Otonok, the Dan 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 opening by Creepy and I'm just like, it's actually pretty good. To be honest, that's you know, like it's honestly pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. As a as a person who's experienced at singing, I can tell. I can tell.
Mouse was training to be an opera singer and sounds incredible.
In fact, I was born to sing. Let's just be honest. I was born with singing skills. Like started singing was I think yeah I was 7 years old when I just started singing randomly out of nowhere. You know, it didn't take me any effort to actually start singing. I just started singing. Yeah, I'm not even joking.
If you could look at me once more.
Yeah, this is actually really good, to be honest.
Combine that with aesthetically pleasing designs that are constantly changing, and it's no wonder that VTubers eventually had their boom. Now, obviously, Twitch and YouTube have always been very gamer-centric and gamer-focused, and gamers aren't exactly known for being the most chill and reasonable people. Look, I would...
That is true. I'm just different. uh, I'm a different kind of gamer. Okay, I'm not the rage type gamer. To be honest, I'm actually a bit more passionate than anything else when it comes towards gaming.
was a Call of Duty kid. If I said the things that I said in those lobbies and they were recorded, I would not be here today. I would not have a career. Or any career. I was toxic, okay? Now look, I've been a content creator for 10...
I think we all have been toxic every now and then, right? Let's just be honest. But like, sometimes and you grow, right? And so, I'm probably like, I think out of most content creators, I'm probably one of those chill ones. Kind of like Saikuno or yeah, I think yeah, Saikuno I think is probably one of the most chillest people I can like that I know from content creators just in general, and I don't even know him personally. Yes. I don't know him in a personal level. Okay.
10 plus years online. It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years. And even before that, I would pretty much only spend my time on the internet. And it was normal that as a creator that you would get...
It wasn't like for me, it was like I didn't really spend that much on the internet as a kid, to be honest. I spent my time playing games for the most part. And this is actually true. Because when I was a kid, I tended to play games a lot without internet. So I played, for example, there were Ratchet and Clank games I played that were multiplayer, possible to play online, but we didn't play it online. We played it offline, like just co-op basically, like me and my brother and probably some other friends along the way. And we had a good time, honestly. And that was probably the better parts of like gaming in general as well. Like if you think about it that way. And I think internet back in the day was better than it is now. At least in terms of like how it was handled. Nowadays, you just see a lot of hatred, like hate comments and all that. and you just think to yourself, what if it was different? What if they were the ones that were making content and not us? What if the haters were the ones making the content? You see what I mean? Like, the haters have no reason for hating on content creators. It's just showing that they're vile, that they're vile beings. I know, vile human beings, just in general. I know that may seem harsh, but it's true.
Some kind of hatred towards you, or some people who would just blindly write mean comments. It was part of the job. Doesn't mean it's a good part or that we should accept it, but it's just kind of how it was. And because every creator would get a bunch of hate comments here and there was kind of a mutual respect amongst creators that you wouldn't just blindly insult each other for no reason. You wouldn't insult someone you didn't know or you didn't have beef with. It was a thing that you could expect because that's how normal people behave. However, nowadays, it kind of feels like that's not the case anymore. It feels like it's kind of encouraged or okay to punch down and make fun of other creators that you don't like, or you think that something's weird about them. And this has happened a lot with VTubers. For example, in 2020,
True. Very true. This happens. I mean, this does happen with every. I've gotten hate comments. Let's be honest here. I don't know if everyone has seen some of the hate comments that I've gotten, but I've gotten a few hate comments, like a bit more recently. One that relates to Sniper Wolf, like me apologizing to Sniper Wolf, and then no, I think that's the only like actual hate comment. The other ones weren't really hate comments. uh, which was basically like that comment was basically saying whether if I was brain dead for for apologizing for what I did, against Sniper Wolf. In short, blaming her, you know, which I did which, let's be honest, I had to apologize. And I was willing to apologize because I knew what I did was wrong. Like, absolutely. What I did had no justice at all. None. Therefore, well, specifically when it came towards, like, onion, one giant onion. But, like, everything else, I think, is fair. That is fair. You know? When it came towards Sniper Wolf. But with Onion case, one giant onion case, that wasn't her. Like, at all. So, like, and there was proof of it. So, that case is closed.
2022, a massive TikTok creator, Noah Glenn Carter, made a video mocking the fact that people wanted to meet Mouse virtually. Here you go.
This might be the saddest video on the internet. So I want you to take a look at all these people. They were all trying to get the attention of a monitor. Basically, that's a popular VTuber on the monitor that was virtually attending an anime convention. And this whole crowd of people were following the monitor in hopes that they could get a picture with it.
Now, obviously, you and I know that Mouse can't leave her room, and this is the only way that Mouse can walk around.
Yeah, exactly. Like, absolutely. Like, here's the thing. I absolutely support this. Even though I don't have, like, I'm financially not capable of it. It's like living in Iceland, but especially in these conditions, like, sucks living in Iceland when you don't have a job that pays that well or anything like that. That's the sad part. Plus, Iceland is a really expensive place. Don't recommend coming here if for don't recommend coming here for to buy stuff unless if it's unless if it's antique, then okay, sure, but make sure you have enough for yourself in the end. This is
the convention or see any of her viewers, or any of those viewers can talk to Mouse. It's a rare experience for everyone involved and an amazing feat of technology that we can even do anything like this. And to his credit, he did apologize.
This is an apology to a creator called Ironmouse because of this video. Now in my video on this, I called the video one of the saddest videos on the internet, which is completely unnecessary on my part. And Ironmouse actually responded clarifying that the people weren't even crowding her, but instead they were crowding somebody named Connor that was there. I'm really sorry to you,
this is not really an apology. Let's be honest here. This feels empty. This apology feels empty. There's no emotion to his words.
Ironmouse, if you're watching, my video was completely unnecessary. I really hope that my video didn't cause you any kind of negativity or anything. And again, I am so sorry if it did. I will be deleting that video as soon as I post this one.
First of all, ouch. Second of all, you didn't think there was going to be any negativity? What do you mean?
Exactly. This is just stupid people. Stupid. Let's just be honest here. Just blatantly stupid people. Then again, we're all stupid. In some shape or form, we're all stupid. We're all idiots. And that can't be far from the truth. Far from the truth. Far from the truth.
Mean by that? And now look, to Noah's credit, he did apologize and take down the video. And I think that needs to be commended, as a lot of people don't have the common decency to do that anymore. But would you not have taken it down if nobody complained? If everyone joined in, haha, let's make fun of it. Would you not have taken it down?
I would have, at least. If it was me, I would have taken it down the second I realized the mess up I've made, Or even better, leave it up to showcase what the mistake that I made, and then make a apology, like a genuine apology video later on. That's actually what I did with the Ironmouse one. No, wait, not one giant onion one, not Ironmouse one. What am I talking about? Oh God.
Or did you take it down just because people were like, hey man, you're kind of a dick? The reason why I show you this is not because I want to send any hatred. This is 2 years ago. It does not matter. It's over. Do not send hatred towards another creator. And if you do, you are a piece of shit and you should not be here. But why is it now that you...
True. Very true. Like, you could say that Exile actually did put in some hate comments. I mean, saying things like you're lazy doesn't really help at all for your case, because you're not really doing much better yourself. That is literally how I would describe it, right? Because, okay, if you think about it from Exile's perspective and my perspective, right? Sure, I made a reaction video to his video, right? Sure, I used his video to react on it, right? However, some of the content was mine. And when I mean some of it, I'm talking about me, like the speech, the pausing, and then speaking in, you know, that is my content. Not his. Sure, the video was his. Everything else outside of that was mine, so to speak. Um, However, if you look at his video, a lot of the content, if you have to be like, if you have to be like, if you have to say it the way he said it to me, everything, like more or less everything that is in the video in terms of like the clips, besides his voice, they're not even his. If we have to say it that way, because the content that is in there is based on games that is made by developers, and and that would be considered their content if you would think about it that way, right? So, like, my point is that um, if he's gonna call me lazy, then he's also lazy for just not putting in original clips, essentially. I know that may seem a bit extreme. Okay, I get it. But at least I have a point, you know? Reaction content isn't much different from any other content when you think about, like, okay, gameplay content, long hours on this, most likely the same game. Like, if you're going for 100% completion, those are hours. And it's definitely like, and that's a full game in a single video. Do you think people would complain about that? Absolutely not. It's the same thing with reaction videos. Reaction videos more or less work the same way. Sure, you're not really playing, so to speak, but you're still giving feedback. You're credit like you're giving feedback, so to speak. Crediting is always really important. Well, probably the number one priority that you need to make sure is to credit and then critique or comment. And it depends on where you are on the planet, basically. But yeah, I, yeah, I think we should continue with this.
You can just dunk on something that you don't know anything about, you don't understand, and you didn't bother to research into. Why is that the norm now? Why is it that you just post first and research second? Oh, I got some hate about this. I'll take it down. Don't worry about the other 500 videos where I blindly made fun of people I don't understand. The sad truth now is that it seems like it's okay if you're a large creator.
This is also the funny thing about that. He Axel went hard on just um the fact that reaction content shouldn't be a thing, right? And here I am reacting. I don't think people will complain, except him, of course, and people like him because they're idiots. Because they haven't researched at all. They haven't researched thoroughly. Like, when I mean researching thoroughly, I'm not meaning like, oh, just read like that one thing and then that's it. No, you need to literally look deep into the video as well. Whether it is just a straight up, for example, straight up copy, or if there is a change, if there is transformative content in it. Reaction videos would qualify as a transformative content. It would. Like, there's no exception.
Creator to be a dick to anybody you want or don't like or don't agree with. You know, having a large audience is a huge, huge responsibility. Whether we like it or not, we are influencers. We influence people with our opinions and what we say. I'm sure some people watching this video right now will be influenced by my opinion on all of this stuff. That's how it goes.
That is true. That is very true. I still do like a little like with going like, hey, you don't have to agree with me. Even though I don't blatantly say it out, I still mean it that way, you know? I still present it in that sort of direction. Somewhat, you know? I'm more of a person where it's like, we can all disagree and coexist. You know? That's the point. We need, like, it's, you know, disagreeing and coexisting is the point, like, is what makes it interesting, you know? That's what makes it interesting. Instead of hate, you know, like hate comments and all that bullshit.
For some reason, it's okay now to blindly hate others and send rabid fans to go and attack people and stuff they don't understand. Why? It's hard enough just existing right now. It is horrible.
That is true. That is true. I have experience. In fact, it is hard for me to actually live in general. Barely getting any payment at all. I mean, sure, I have a lot of stuff that I could sell, but I just don't want to sell because I have personal attachment to them. Whatever I get personal attachments, and that's kind of how it goes. Unless if I have a copy of something, then I might maybe sell that. I don't know if I'm comfortable with selling GTA though. Well, GTA 5 specifically, I have three of the same game, one for Xbox 360 and two for PS3. And yeah, not sure whether I would, you know, give it up that easily. If I had gotten another one, I would probably sell it. For sure.
Horrible living in this year. It is a miserable time to be alive. Why are we making it harder for everyone? And if you're a VTuber, it is kind of just accepted now that you just get this level of blind hatred all the time. It's insane.
True. It's, you know what's also funny about this? You could say the same thing, but just foreigners in Iceland, basically. Because foreigners in Iceland more or less get the same treatment. Their their hate speech about foreigners in Iceland more or less every day. Like, sure, it was a thing back in the day, but like it wasn't that bad. Nowadays, it's just like, what? Like you just go around just like, what? Why is it that bad? You know? And I always the fact, like, here's the fact. Icelanders aren't any different. In fact, personally, I think Icelanders are probably worse than most people. Most of them, that most Icelanders, that is, not all of them. At least the ones that are living here in Iceland, that's for sure.
Dane, why is this okay? Anyway, moving on with the timeline. Since then, Mouse, and I assume most VTubers, have had to deal with insult after insult that is normalized. For Mouse personally, this level of hatred and vitriol escalated another level when Mouse was nominated for the Game Awards. Now, the Game Awards have this category for Content Creator of the Year. Obviously, this year had a massive amount of very, very big creators that I'm sure we're all familiar with. But to the surprise of Mouse, and to most of us, Mouse got nominated. And this isn't saying that Mouse didn't deserve it. Mouse had an amazing year. Mouse had raised a ton of money for charity, had broken the all-time sub record for a woman on Twitch, and had done just some of the most amazing shit when you consider that Mouse is bedridden and has to have medication every single day that
Yeah. The thing is, it takes guts to do what Ironmouse does. Let's be honest. Sure, it takes guts what I'm doing. Barely have anything, barely, barely getting by at all, in life. Making sure, that, at least men manage to live the next day. Especially here in Iceland. It's really bad. Plus, it doesn't help that everything is so expensive here in Iceland.
completely changes how any of this would be done, and providing such an insane energy to every stream whilst battling a ton of medical issues that are permanent throughout Mouse's life. I think the nomination is deserved, and by some sheer miracle.
Yeah, I also do agree that it is deserved. She deserved it, for sure. I'm no big content creator or anything like that, but I can say this. She definitely deserved that. Whether people feel feel the same way about me, with considering my conditions, I don't know. I honestly don't know. All I know is that there are people that do support me, just do support this channel, and want to see this grow further. Go beyond. Go beyond plus ultra, okay? Yeah, that is, yeah. I think people want to see that, and I want to try to deliver somewhat a good, you know, deliver good content. Let's go with that.
Mouse had won the award. It was a crazy achievement, and nobody expected Mouse to win, to be honest, because Mouse was by far the smallest creator out of the ones that were nominated.
And the Game Award goes to Ironmouse. So, Ironmouse couldn't be here tonight because Ironmouse is animated, and sadly, we're not in the Matrix yet.
Obviously, these creators were massive, and a lot of their fans that are watching the Game Awards were a bit upset about Mouse winning the award. This has led to a constant, and I cannot preface this enough, a constant stream of hatred now that Mouse has had to deal with openly on all of her socials for years now. This is the level of hatred that is normally, like, I just gotta show you. I gotta show you. It's like ridiculous. This is 2022. Back when Mouse's comments were pretty normal, I'd say. As you can see here, this is beating Kai. Okay, a little negative and unnecessary, but not that bad. This over Kai? Bro, who are you? You know, and luckily at this point, not all the comments are like this, but they're by far the most liked ones, and it only gets worse the closer we get to today. You all came from that Kai video, right? This is #1 streamer? No way blood, this is #1 streamer. This is who gets #1 on Twitch? It's an evil world we live in. And you'd think, okay, maybe something happened at the time. This has been pretty much constant until now. Speed and Kai on top. How is the streamer of the year? How is the streamer of the year? This won the award, by the way. Oh, hell nah. This is who won. No cap, who's Ironmouse? Brain rot. This beats Cypher PK. Game Awards are wild. Why did you win? No way this won Creator of the Year. I'm crying.
Yeah, like these are people that can't comprehend that they were wrong the entire time. Basically, these are the people that simp over someone, but then once that someone doesn't get what they think that person deserves, but someone else gets it, that they just go after that person, and probably don't consider like the the lengths that person had to go through to get there. Like it's the same thing about like games in general. Like, sure, you look at some games and it's like, yeah, sure, some of them may seem bad. Sure, I've like, for example, some people actually don't like. There are people that don't like for a decent time, and personally, I understand why. But I love that game. That's the first Sly Cooper game I played, and I honestly loved it. I played the first and second one, platinumed both of those two games, and I can see why. Like, I can sort of see why people don't like like Decent Time, but I think Decent Time is phenomenally better game. Personally, I do think that way. I think Sansaro Games did really well on Sly Cooper. On Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, that's for sure. Some people complain about the art style. I think the art style was really good. In fact, I think it like the what I want to say is that it looks better. Like the art style is definitely better. The like let's just like the original was really good. I'm not gonna lie, especially for when you think about this. This was made for PS2 games. It definitely looks really good, but Thieves in Time has a better art style. The animation is pretty good. Sure, some people have encountered bugs in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. So far, I haven't. That is one funny thing. I haven't encountered bugs, and some people have had like that have played the previous games. That is, I have to specify that. Um, find it like find the game a bit clunkier. I think, at least from many people's perspective. But personally, like, I think it's a really good game. Sure, there are certain things that I feel like they could have done better, but like in general, it's a really good game. It's a really good game.
Literally goes on and on. And you'd think, okay, look, it's because Mouse won the Streamer of the Year. It probably stops after that. Oh no! So many people are like, post this on Instagram Reels. Post this on Reels. Oh yeah, great, because love that. Love being toxic on Instagram. Bro, who are you? I'm begging you, please post this on Instagram. Why do people just want to be so cruel? What the f***? Just chill the f*** out, man.
Yeah, like I do agree. Just chill out. Don't hate. Hate only brings misery to everyone and even yourself. That is a fact. Compassion and love is actually way better than hate. and despair.
Who the f is watching this? This thing has the most subs on Twitch? How did you beat Kai? No human being on the planet wearing this. Okay, well, I wear it and it's f***ing fire, okay? Jeez. On my life, I've never in my entire life seen a single stream. Why do you care? Why? Like, if I just haven't seen something, I just don't interact. I don't understand what has happened where we all feel the need to say our opinion and be like, yeah, guys, we hate this, right? Who cares? You're a loser! This has gone on for months. It's pretty much just led to Mouse.
Yep. I mean, he does have a point there. If you have a genuine reason for your opinion, then, like, at least, how would you say this? At least be honest about it. If you don't have a reason for saying your opinion, then there's no point in doing it at all. Like, not as a fact. Every time I like put my opinions on there is because I have a reason for it. I have like a genuine reason for putting out my opinions. You know, whether that's right or wrong, that's, it's like, as long as you have a genuine reason and it's honest, then, you don't be ashamed of that. But if you're just gonna give an opinion just because you won't, then don't give a then just don't give an opinion. That is just,
It's just not posting on TikTok, which I feel is really f***ed up. You can just successfully bully a massive creator off a platform. The reason why this all happened, by the way, is just because Mouse won an award. What? And this is just the stuff that Mouse gets on her.
Yeah, this is just stupid. Just straight up stupid, Stupid people.
Her own socials. This doesn't include the hatred that she receives from just existing and
I'm not saying I'm not stupid, okay? I'm stupid every now and then. I'm idiot every now and then. Or sometimes I'm smart and wise. Or is that most of the time? Who knows?
in those posts from those low-tier bait Twitter accounts that post, "Can you believe this cartoon is beating Mars streamer, guys?" And it only escalated once.
These people don't understand. These people are just idiots. Dumb people. Sorry. I know I'm sort of making fun of them, okay? I'm sort of making fun of them. But let's be honest. They definitely had it coming. They definitely had it coming. I probably shouldn't say it because, it's a bad thing. But I'm pretty sure anyone else would probably say the same thing. They're everyone's stupid, everyone's idiot. These people are especially those kind of people. They're exactly that.
It's more when Ironmouse got the all-time sub record on Twitch, which led to a bunch of news articles tweeting about it and people talking about it, and unfortunately a lot of people were just being blindly hateful. And of course, this level of hatred doesn't just stay on the platforms you'd expect it to, it's also in Mouse's chat. Here is a 85-page document of just some recent bans of people saying the most heinous shit towards Mouse. Now, you're telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed Kai Cenat. God, you know these people are so ugly. Just sad how Sims donate to this crap. This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are real human beings. Unless you have less than 60 IQ, no one in this chat is real. I've been watching this shit for 10 minutes and I want to kill myself.
That is the worst thing you could have ever said. Am I not real? People, here's the thing. I've had people praising me to have like, I don't know, 1 million IQ or something like that. I don't feel that smart. Let's just be honest. I don't feel that smart. But I've gotten those praise. Okay? I'm definitely, I would say I'm probably smarter than a 60. Definitely. Probably way smarter than a 60 IQ person, right? But especially if you're like learning in the like electrical stuff, you have to be smart. You know? Like electrical engineering or just electronics engineering in like you have to be smart in order to actually get through that one. And so what you're saying is that if a person doesn't like, so what that person is basically saying, if you don't have an IQ, if you have an IQ of 60 or below, you count as a human being. What, who in the right mind says this? No one. Only dumb people say this.
How do people watch this shit, you weirdos? You'll never get on Kai's level. You guys know this is a fat guy, right? Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people saying that Mouse is lying about her illness, which, I mean, I don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this! This is psychotic! This is f***ed up! How is this okay? And by the way, this is...
Yeah, exactly. Like, why? Why go on a hate train, you know? There's no reason. No reason. Like, making content is one thing. Giving an opinion is one thing. However, bringing hate into a content or into like chat or anything, that's just a crime against the person. That's just a personal crime. Nothing to relate with law per se. It's just a personal crime. You're basically insulting a person. A real person. Like, and people that do this are definitely people who aren't smart. Who aren't smart enough to know that what they're doing is wrong.
The list, obviously, that doesn't include the N-word bans, or that would be another 20 pages. Because of course it would be! Like, if this was my chat, I just would not stream. I would just not show up. This is fucked. 100%. I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming any creator. Obviously, we saw a lot of people name-dropping Kai, saying, how could this lose to Kai and all that stuff. This is not me blaming Kai in any capacity. I think his audience is at the size that is absolutely absurd. And at that level, you can try and tell your viewers, hey man, look, be respectful, which Kai has on numerous times. He's openly praised Ironmouse and been very supportive towards small creators.
Ironmouse has always been top 5 all time. She's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. Now
I honestly respect that person.
I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that. But Chad, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But obviously, as a creator, you do still have some influence over your viewers. And I think it's important to make sure that when you see this behavior in the community that you call it out. And I'm not entirely sure when this happened online, but it feels like it's okay to just blindly make fun or hate something you don't understand or have not learned anything about. But I guess that is more of a reflection of the current times we live in, because everyone seems to do that all the time. As a creator,
That is true.
I would be embarrassed if I saw my viewers blindly hating on someone else using my name. I would be more...
Yeah. Well, I'm not embarrassed. Speaking, I'm not embarrassed. I'm just shameful of what I did. Especially if it was wrong. Well, hating someone. Well, bringing hate to someone is something that I wouldn't do personally. But bringing in false information, that is something I will be ashamed of, and I will punish myself for. That is a fact. I will punish myself. There's no exception there. And yeah, that's like, you know, just the point of being a proper human being is just don't hate. Just at all.
mortified if I saw that. And the one good thing about all you guys is that I know that you don't do that. And I appreciate that because you're all cool and you're all normally well-adjusted people, I hope. And look, I'll admit, I don't have a point of this video. I don't have a plan. I was just going crazy looking at all of this open hatred and losing my mind, wondering why this is normal. That was literally it. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. And I kind of wanted to ask if anyone else or any other VTubers or any other even YouTubers, if you've experienced this same kind of level of blind hatred yourself. I would love.
Yes. Absolutely. Maybe not like that much, even because I'm a small creator and stuff like that, but I have gotten blind hatred because did something that was just straight up right. Or like, because I did that reasonable thing and just a right thing to do, really. The apology video, which basically also turned into a little bit of a praise, because the thing is, I was praising the little things that she did, but I didn't praise her as a person, per se. I'm not even joking. I didn't praise her as a person. She's not, like, by many people's standards, even mine, like, I don't know that much about her, per se, but I've known her history. And I also know the fact that she did dox Jack's films. Okay? Sniper Wolf did dox Jack's films. And she wasn't willing to back down at that time. Not until YouTube said, "Hey, deal with it. Make an apology. Don't do this shit." That is literally what YouTube went ahead and did. And sure, they went easy on her. Like, let's be honest, she didn't really deserve to be on the platform. But at least at least she did improve-ish way later. God. And yeah, like, and then you have also the copyright strike thing, which, let's be honest, no one was right nor wrong per se. Like, I wasn't, like, if you think about it this way, I didn't ask. Therefore, he had the right to go like, "Hey, I'm gonna, like, please take it down," right? He had the right to say, "Please take it down. I didn't give you permission." In the story, right? But he went the extra mile, said that I was lazy, said that I wasn't making content, rather copying content. Which, let's be honest, isn't that hate speech? Isn't that just blind hate speech? Yeah. Like, and I've also gotten a lot of blind hate speech um outside of being content creator. Like, before I started content creation to begin with. And I think that's the important part, is that we need to make sure to, coexist and, you know, not bring in this hatred at all.
Love to hear about it, just so that I know that I'm not going crazy. I hope we can have a civilized and good discussion in the comments. And so with that,
Nope. If you wanna if you wanna, like, talk about it, Connor, if you wanna talk about it or anything, send a send you can send to me on the email, or also I do have Discord, that is true. I do have Twitter that I haven't linked yet. I find it funny that I've linked to most other things that would make sense, like, that would relate to this, but not Twitter of all things, or X, so to speak. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's called X or Twitter, or whether it doesn't matter if it's called X. It was Twitter, and I'll continue to call it Twitter. Twitter, no matter what. Uh, so yeah, I mean, there are options. In fact, you can easily get, like, contact me through the Gmail, since it literally is in the just since you can literally see my email on YouTube, to be honest.
that
But you just need to look hard enough, basically.
I wish you all the best of luck. Don't let these urinal cake eating children distract you from what you want to do in life.
I won't.
Now I'm going to go drink a beer. Bye.
Honestly, good video. Honestly, a good video. Lot of points. In fact, I think all of them were basically good points. Let's be honest. There was no, like, I don't think there were any bad points in this video. Like, hate speech in general is just a bad thing. Saying that people are dumb, or why you know, why did you do this? Why did you do that? You should have done this. You should have done that. You know, you know, you're in, like, you're messed up for doing this, you know? Okay, sure, I may be doing that as well, but I only do it to the people that actually do the same thing. I don't do it to just a normal person. And sure, you could say that's not justifiable, and I do agree. But is it really hate speech? Hate speech? Yes, sort of. But at the same time, no. Like, how do I say this? Hate speech, like, if you think about it this way, hate speech is more like, okay, you watch it, you look at the person, and you think, like, without actually knowing them, right, and just go like, he's stupid, he's an idiot because he did this, you know, and like in general, there's no reason for this, like, no reason. We all need to like actually live and coexist as human beings and not just some random people who don't care about anything in life, you know? We need to be able to coexist, disagree and coexist. We can disagree on things. That doesn't mean we should hate on it. Hate on it, right? Yeah, I know, sure. I've said some things about like anime openings. I've said some things about like the idol, the Yaisobi Oshinoku opening. But like it wasn't for hate. Like I don't think it's a bad opening per se. I think it's just an obscure opening compared to most other openings because it's very unique and it blew up out of nowhere. Let's be honest, it blew up out of nowhere. You look at the Naruto opening, uh Naruto Shippuden opening silhouette, and you're just like, how didn't that do anything any better? You know, there are a lot of openings that you would feel like would have done better. You know, Kanabun was, in my opinion, Kanabun and for Naruto Shippuden, specifically silhouette, was peak. Let's be honest, it was peak. Same thing for Psalm 100 opening. It's Psalm 100 amazing. Love that opening. Definitely my favorite opening. That's for sure. Um, like there, you know, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Why this opening? Oh wait, he's chaotic, right?" And yeah, that is literally why it's my favorite. It's the most chaotic one out of all of them, and the most fun one, and the most interesting one as well. Because like you look at Oshinoku opening and just like, yeah, this. I mean, it makes sense. It's good enough, you know. It's not bad, and people like it. Sure, not my thing, but okay. And then there are people that don't like the Psalm 100 opening. Sure, that's completely fine. I think it's one of the best openings it like ever made. I actually think that. Kanabu never ceases to surprise me with their openings. Let's be honest. And sure, you have uh creepiness with their openings. And like you have Call of the Night, which I think was really good opening. I believe they made the Call of the Night one. Then you have the Mashal one. Bling Bang Bang Boom. Boom, I believe. Yeah. Personally, not my most not my preferred opening. Enjoyable for sure, and like I would call it the meme opening because it is a meme opening. Out of all of openings I've seen, that is the meme opening. There's no exception here when it comes towards that opening. I call it the meme opening because you'll definitely make memes out of that opening, and definitely tons of them. And then you have Otonoke, the Dan 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 opening that they made, which which is also just phenomenal. Honestly, like you look at Otonoke and you're just like, damn, this brings me back to the 2010s. You know, when Western music was actually good. You know, and it's something that I think some people like don't really understand, or like, well, how do you say this? Some people don't enjoy that opening, right? And that's fine. And sure, there are people that take things too seriously, you know, say like, "Oh, why do you say this?" You know, which is understandable, you know, if you want to defend that, you know, whatever is precious to you, you know, understandable, right? Like the whole Oshinoku first opening thing, you know, I will that wasn't meant for hate at all. I do think it's a like an interesting opening and not a bad opening for sure. It's just not me, and it is an obscure opening. Let's be honest. As a song, it's not obscure. As an opening, it is an obscure one. But yeah, I think I've talked enough in this video for, you know, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more, or just, well, if you want to support this channel even further, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in another video. May the storm be with you.